Bingo and bingo. Let's get it started. All right. Bingo, here we go. Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, or good evening, depends on where you're watching from today. ClickFunnels is a global company, New York to Hong Kong and everywhere in between. Great to be back with you guys. This will be the last OFA session of this week. Tomorrow is July 4th. That's an American holiday. ClickFunnels is out of office for tomorrow, so there will not be any OFA calls tomorrow. I just want to make sure I get that reminder out there so everybody is well aware. But great to have you guys with me this afternoon. We have some time together, so how can I help? Any and all questions are welcome today, gang. If you have a question, look, there's only a handful of us. Don't even worry about the whole raise hand thing. If you would like to speak to me about anything whatsoever, just unmute your mic. Let's have a conversation about it. Is everybody
I'm ready.
There we
I'm
go.
ready.
Robert's ready. Let's do it, Robert.
Okay. So I'm a newbie, right?
Sure.
And my thing is I help people out with the habits that are keeping them from being their best self.
Mm,
And so it's a transformation kind of thing. And I've created my own method, which actually works. So I'm an expert uh, webinar kind of guy
great.
trying to sell 8-week workshops. So I come from the, um, I found Russell's description of the difference between a funnel and a website really interesting, and in he's such a great explainer. So I've always been thinking about let me call it an archive site or a content-rich site.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, well, why would I want to do that if I can do it all with directed selling, you know?
Great
Okay.
question.
And then I say to myself, okay, but I need to establish my authority.
Mm,
I need to have a place to deposit my gems of wisdom. God
mm.
forbid they should be lost to the world. Um, so tell me how that kind of website and the ClickFunnel, what's that universe look like for me?
Great. So basically, like, what does it look like for you to use a funnel instead of a website?
Well, is it instead of or and? Do I just forget about the website?
Great.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, that's a great question, Robert. The answer is yes. 100%. Who I could care less about websites. Most of the 2 Comma Club award winners that you see go across the stage claiming their award for collecting $1 million in revenue in their business that year, they don't have websites. When Russell built his authority, when Russell built himself to who he is today, it wasn't done with a website. It was all done with funnels. So here's my thing, Robert. Websites are just directories. That's the inherent flaw in
Exactly.
websites.
Right.
Websites are completely dependent upon customer actions. Customers have to go to the navigation, find the place they want to go to. Then they have to go find the products that they need. It's a self-serve method for customers. It's just a directory. That's not effective. That's why websites have low conversions. Funnels are all that I care about. Funnels and
I've
value
got that.
ladders.
I
Yes,
got that. And I
beautiful.
understand it. So I should forget about the world having access to my all my brilliance on my website, on a website. Here's what I'm trying to say is I want to do all my selling, all my sign up, all my prospecting, all of that with funnels,
Yes,
period. I am absolutely 100% converted to I ain't going to try to sell anything from my website.
great.
So you don't have to sell me on that again. I got it.
Cool.
So what do I do about having a website? Just have it and I'll keep it as
Yes.
a directory.
Yes, have it. Keep it as a directory. And all the things that you promote on your website, start making funnels for those things. Because
Okay.
somebody on your website, they click on your thing and you just take them to a page inside of the website. And all of those website pages are pretty much all the same. They miss and they lack the major marketing, the actual persuasive copy, the customer journey going through, how a funnel shows the transformation. That's what I'd like to see you do, Robert. Anything a customer can do on your website, start building those as funnels. So now they click the button on your website and they get taken to your funnel. Your funnel does all the selling. That's how funnels and websites work in conjunction with each other. We should have all of our buttons, all of our actions on a website. Those should be leading to funnels for the most part.
Okay. So, well, there are things that it's an 8-week workshop, and there has to be an area for teaching materials that go with the website, but that's a whole different thing. Next
See, like what I would tell
question.
you to do, Robert, is make a course. I would tell you
I
to go
have
to
a
click.
course. I
Yeah.
have a
Oh,
course.
in
That's
in
it. It
in
is.
your website.
No, I mean, what I'm doing, my plan is to it's the funnel to the sign up for an hour and a 90-minute webinar. The webinar trying to generate calls,
Yes.
because it's an 8-week course and they don't know me, and I've got to, they have to find out what a splendid, wonderful, trustworthy, great guy I am, right? So
See, and that's actually the purpose of the webinar, Robert. I'm really glad we talked about this. A webinar to a call is not the flow that we want. Webinars are one-to-many presentations, and this is a way that you can go do one presentation to 100 people. And then at the end of your webinar, Robert, so like in your 8-week intensive masterclass or workshop, excuse me, in your 8-week intensive workshop, that's your offer. That's what the webinar is all about. And then
exactly.
so you do the webinar and you break down the offer, you break down the 8 weeks and what they're going to get, and you break down the transformation of you're currently here. But when you learn these things and apply these things, you'll then be here. You give them the future pacing, you give them the transformation. All that is done in the webinar. And then after the webinar, they should go and buy the 8-week master. It's not a master class. It's a workshop, excuse me. The webinar sells the workshop. At the end of the webinar, they either buy the workshop or they don't. Because if you were to go webinar to a call, that means you're going to go do a webinar. It's an hour and a half, hour to an hour and a half, depending on how you do it. We're going to do the hour and a half presentation. And then let's say you get 100 people there. And if you close 10% of a webinar, you're doing really well. So 10% of 100 is 10 people. Well, now that means every webinar that you do, instead of those 10 people just going and buying the product, now they have to book a time with you. And that's going to be at least a 30-minute call if I had to guess. So 10 people times 30 minutes is 300 minutes. That's how many hours? That's 5 hours. So I now do a webinar and I have to do 5 hours of one-on-one calls after that to get people to buy the thing. It's the
Well,
whole. Go ahead.
there is a problem with that.
Sure.
The problem is that I give 100% no questions asked guarantee for
Good.
success, which lasts it's not 14 days, it's for 8 weeks. And by the end, you've got to be satisfied. If you're not satisfied, it's 100% refund.
Amazing.
And because of that, I have to screen new people. I can't so the best that I can do is to ask people on that, if you're interested in this, make a call. But if you make a call, give me a $50 refundable deposit
Yeah.
or something of that sort.
How
So
much is your program?
I'm it ought to be about $1,500 at least, because
Yeah.
I limit, at this point, I'm limiting the size to 12 people. So if it is a heavy, intensive on my part, and I'm happy to do it. I mean, I know all the stuff about, using time or not using time, my own time to do this. And like until it gets really big where it's a problem, I'm not gonna, yeah, this is what I want to do. Let me put it
Okay,
that way.
cool. I got it. So, I think you should put your price point to 1997, $1,997, Robert. That is a price
Okay.
point that just converts so well, especially in a webinar format. I would advise you to either go $997 or $1,997. As Russell's always done that, 997 is for like 6 months of the program. 1,997 is for 1 year. But that 1997 price point, it just converts. It just works when it comes to webinars, especially when we talk about traffic costs and, it costs X amount of dollars to get people to register for your webinar. And if you sell at 997, a lot of times there's not enough room in the margins there for you to really make real money. You'll be at like
Right.
10%. But if we up it to a 1997 offer, oh, well, now we're doing the thing. We just went from a 10% margin to a 60% margin.
So what is the deal? What does the stack look like? And
That's
that we'll get to. We'll get to.
yes, we definitely will. But were you in the earlier session?
I have done, I think I've done all of your sessions so far in this cohort.
Sorry, I meant earlier today. Were you in the
Oh
11?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So did you see me talk to the woman about her stack and close?
No, today?
Yes, today.
No,
So
I haven't seen.
I do multiple sessions. We have many, many OFA cohorts running at one time, and I service all of them. So some people have 11 o'clock coaching. Some people have 2 o'clock coaching. You have 2 o'clock coaching, so you're
I've
doing
got
perfect.
two.
Yes, you don't
Yeah.
have to show up to those 11s at all. But here is what it's going to look like. As you go through the training, we are going to teach you exactly how to make your offer. And your offer will have multiple different parts of it. Like you have your 8-week intensive, it's not a masterclass. Come on. Workshop. You have your 8-week.
It's a workshop. Yeah.
Yep. You have your 8-week intensive workshop. And that's one piece of your offer. You're going to have multiple pieces of this offer, especially when you go to the 1997 price point. We want to have multiple things in there. So you're going to get my 8-week intensive workshop, and that's a stack. And then we're going to hit the next thing. And when you say yes today, you're also going to get my objection roadmap. And it's a full comprehensive training on how to get past any objection you might encounter in the workspace. So when you invest today, you're going to get my 8-week intensive workshop and you're going to get my objections masterclass. But when you invest today, you're also going to get my secret podcasts. Yeah, maybe you're going to get my secret podcast. Over the last 50 years, I've been able to interview some of the world's greatest in this space, and they have amazing insights. These are private podcasts that I'm going to give to you to make sure you have what you need. So when you invest today, you're going to get my 8-week intensive workshop. You're going to get my Objections Blaster Masterclass. You're going to get my private podcast with the greats of the space. That's how we make a true offer, Robert. And that's what you're going to make throughout this challenge. So then your webinar is selling at the end of it. You get to do the whole thing like Russell Brunson himself. So when you invest today, you're going to get this and this and this and this and this and this, everything you need to go from where you are to where you want to become. And all of this is matched with a 90-day money-back guarantee or a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's the offer that you're going to be creating.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Next question. Can I give you
Please.
another question?
Oh, please.
So my son-in-law is one of my son-in-laws is a clown.
Cool.
A lot of people say that about their son-in-laws, but mine really is. He's a professional clown. He's internationally known, as is my daughter who works with them. And they're starting to produce a show which will be shown mostly local,
Mm-hmm.
going from one community to another. And what I want to know is if you happen to know offhand, if there's a funnel for selling tickets to a local event.
Yes, tons.
Okay, that's all I need to hear. That's it. That'll do it.
I'm trying to.
I don't want to take up everybody's time to talk about
No, you're okay,
that.
Robert. I really love your heart on that, but we do still have tons of time, and there's not tons of people here. Let me just see if I can recollect.
So basically, these will be sporadic. These are, as I say, these folks are internationally known, and they have just wonderful authority. But they haven't done local shows. A lot of their stuff has been outside the country. They go everywhere.
Right.
Hey,
Okay.
and
Here we go. I got one.
great.
I can probably just go. I can. Then should be a spotlight. All right, bingo. Let's go to the very top. I'll put this link in the chat for everybody right now. Here we go. Put it in the chat so you can all see. Here is an event that's been happening for quite a while. This is Aspire. They do events and they have for quite a while, and they're not dead in 2025. So we know that they're doing a thing. If you guys have paid any attention to the creator economy from 2020 to 2025, events have been dropping like flies. It is very difficult nowadays, especially since COVID and all of us getting locked in. It is so much harder to get people to give up their time and go to a physical event than it used to be. So here's Aspire. They're doing fantastic. And you could model this very similarly, Robert. It's
Super.
like always, it's the above the fold. They have a headline. Whoops. They have a headline right here. They have a sub-headline just off to the side. And then they have a background image right here. They don't have a video. They have an image. And then it's going to go into locations. They can choose their location. They're showing locations, dates, and times. So you can pick the time that works for you. Then what is it? The number one event for high achievers. You could have the number one event for clown enthusiasts, the number one event for kids' parties, the number one event for adults, right? So many things. You could literally model this exactly. This would just be a banner of all great images of them as clowns with people super happy. Little bit of copy right here, button to do the thing. Then when they're going into their current and past speakers, this is just authority. That doesn't mean that all the people you're seeing here on the screen are going to be speaking at this event. This is just current and past speakers themselves. So This is an awesome funnel. Here's what you're going to get. Really great breakdown of what you're going to get when you buy a ticket to this event. And then we come down here, customer reviews, testimonials, proof. Again, here's our upcoming events, FAQs, done.
I love it. Thank
awesome.
you.
Are you familiar with Go Full Page by chance?
Go Full Page?
Go Full Page. Great. Let me take this a step further. We're going to go right here. I'm going to download new device here. Let me just download this quickly. Yes. There we go. Great. And I can close this down. So I just downloaded Go Full Page. This is the icon that it looks like in my browser. Oops, it's this little silver camera. I'm a huge fan of Go Full Page. Go Full Page.
Where are you? Wait, I'm missing something.
Sure. I'm right up here.
So that's a Chrome add-in?
Yes, that's a Chrome extension.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put this link in the chat for you and everybody else as well. Take you right to it. So once you have Go Full Page as an extension, when you download it, if it doesn't show up, just click the jigsaw puzzle. It'll pull up your extensions, and then you can choose to pin or not pin. I have this pinned, so it shows right there. If you don't see it, it's probably just in your extension. Now that I have
Great.
this, Robert, I can go to the page that I want to model. I can click go full page, and across the screen goes Pac-Man, manja manja. When Pac-Man's eaten, I am smiling because this means I'm funnel hacking. Right now, I just took a full page screenshot of this entire event page. I have all the layout. I have all the design. I have all the copy. I have every single thing. I can click to zoom in.
Okay.
There we go. I can click to zoom in. I got it. I got the keys to the kingdom. So you can take this. Aspire is a really good event. You could model them for your daughter, but also feel free to go to like ChatGPT and look for other events out there. For instance, let's see. Let's see if anything's on here. Okay, it goes to our encore. Goes to our encore. Can I show you guys something else really cool? We can go to something called the Wayback Machine. Whoops.
Oh, yeah.
The Wayback Machine. Now, in here, you can go find other events. Like maybe, Robert, maybe you're going to go to ChatGPT and you're going to say, what are the most popular or successful events around clowns over the past 20 years? And maybe it'll give you some great stuff that you can look at. You can then go in here and you can take those URLs. Oh, nope. I'm going to just type it out. And you can go to the Wayback Machine. funnelhackinglive.com. And we can go all the way back to 2015, October 10th. Go to this snapshot. Get rid of this. Now you can go like 2021 for hop in here, go click on this thing, go click on this date. Now, it's probably going to take a moment to load, but just want to show you guys the Wayback Machine. You can see the current thing or the current way that people are running things. And then you can go to the Wayback Machine and you can find how they did it years ago. So like maybe you want to find out, man, this event has grown to be such a massive event. What did they do to start? How did they build this? What did their first event look like? If I know where they started and where they are now, I can pretty much funnel hack them and do exactly what I want to do. So here's the very first page that we had. It looks like at least the very first page for our Funnel Hacking Live event. You could then just use Wayback Machine. You could go full page. You can get the exact design layout of this page, and then you can build that too. But that's going to be your game, Robert. Get a couple different examples of successful events, funnel hack them. Find what similarities they all have within each other. Like, for instance, if we go look at Aspire, they're going to walk you through the speakers. Right? They're going to show you who's speaking. If we go back over here to our Funnel Hacking Live, you can see, oh, well, they also teach who's speaking. So you find all the common things that every event has, and that's what your page is going to have. Does that all make sense?
You bet.
So good.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh, is there a different page for in this cohort of OFA for OFA VIP than there is for the general public that is looking at OFA? And if so, I'm just wondering when I log in the morning for the class, for the mission, if I'm going to the right place.
Yes, you definitely will be. Let me show my screen again here. And I'll go like this. Nice. It should be nice and big now. So if we hop over here and if we go to our Learn and Connect tab, then you can go to Private Community. Inside the
Okay.
private community, you're going to see two things on Wi-Fi. Don't fail me now. Great. So you're going to see the one funnel away training right here, right? And this is just the general group. This is everybody who joins ClickFunnels. They get access to this community. But then you'll see your specific cohort, your specific community on the left-hand side, depending on your date and time. This is the one that you really want to access as a VIP. If you have any questions come up at any time, this is where I'd like you to ask those questions. That's your VIP community. And I spend, if I have an hour, I always go to VIP first, general admission last.
Okay, good. Well, thank you, my man.
Always a pleasure, Robert. Great questions. Thank you for them. All right. We still have some time, gang. Still have some time. So any questions are welcome here. Any questions whatsoever. If you guys do have a question, we don't even need to worry about the whole raise hand thing. It's a very small group today. Feel free to just unmute your mic and we can talk about it. Mark, I got you.
I guess I'll ask.
Sure.
So, and maybe you can show me how to do it if no one else has anything. I'm still having trouble with my domain, so to speak. It's pulling up this bio page of mine on a different funnel, and I just want to fix it, and it doesn't.
Share your screen. Let's take a look.
Okay, let me hold on. Let me get here. Share here. Share. Can you see?
Gotcha.
All right, let me hold on. Here we go. Here.
Oh, look at you. I love that, Mark. Come on. That's what I like to see. A little Wayback Machine, a little funnel hacking, a little success. Yeah.
All right, well, let me show you. Hold on. So, okay, so I'll just show you what page is popping up, and then and it's weird. It on my phone. Okay, so you see this flip and flip, fix and flip mastery.
Okay, do me a favor. This might be a cache. Let's open up an incognito window, 3 dots in the top right.
Yep. All right. Incognito window.
Nice. Let's go hit that URL. Okay, still a redirect on that. Got it.
And I don't know how to fix it, but when I pulled it up, this is what's so crazy. I thought I redirected it, the redirect, if that makes sense. When I pull it up on my phone, it pulls up my funnel. It's just the weirdest thing. I don't, and then I asked somebody else and they said, oh yeah, it pulls up your funnel. So I don't know what it's pulling up.
Yeah, I got your funnel right here. Mattressmark.store took me right to your funnel. This is guaranteedly just a browser cache, Mark.
Okay.
What I would advise you to do, close down all of your incognito windows. If I had to take a guess, I would say you probably have had an incognito window open for a couple of days or weeks. And if you keep that incognito window open, it keeps the brain open. So I would close down all of your incognito windows, close down of a Chrome window if you're not using it. And you might even want to restart your computer after you do that. But your mattressmark.store is 100% taking me to that funnel. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah, and okay.
Yep, it's working beautiful.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, just a simple cache here. Anything else though, Mark? How's did you hear back from the people you went to call on?
Well, I actually sent her a follow-up email with my references, and if you have a second, I'm going to show you something. I got to go get it though.
Sure.
So you can, if anybody else has a question, but I'll be right back. All right.
Yeah, that sounds good. If anybody else has a question, feel free to just unmute your mic. We can talk about it. We might not, though, and that's okay, too. If everybody's moving and grooving on their tasks at hand, if everybody's taking the training and they don't have any questions, that's a good thing. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I wish I should have a question. You don't have to have any questions. But if you do, I definitely want to get those answered.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
How you doing? My name is Ion.
Hey, Ion. Great to meet you. Is this the first time we're speaking?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Great to meet you, man.
Russell talked about this website like to get free um, with free books with like no copyrights. Like he had Napoleon Hill. What's that website called? I think he
That
mentioned the
is
2024 course. I just don't remember the website.
that is Project Gutenberg. And the website is gutenberg.org. I'm going to put that in the chat for you right now.
Thank
Bingo.
you.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
For the moment, that's it. Thank you very much.
Cool. So you're going to go to Project Gutenberg then, and you're going to be grabbing that. You're going to be grabbing that lead magnets, the books, the information. And are we going to take that and give it away for free as a lead magnet?
Yeah, most likely. I already have like basically, I'm a personal trainer, so I have like a cookbook as one of my lead magnets.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to add in some Napoleon Hill as just the mindset aspect of it. So just wanted to check it out.
Very smart. Great stuff here. That's going to be awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, Mark, hit me with it.
So you've probably seen these maybe for in wherever you live. In the real estate industry, specifically wholesalers are known as bandit signs. Okay, it's like we buy houses, and I do some of that. But anyway, so I thought, well, maybe I could do that with mattresses, with my mattresses. So anyway, so I created a stencil. There's a whole story behind it, but then I created I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go.
That's awesome. I love that.
So I'm going guerrilla marketing, old school. So how I made these, I had a friend, I helped him out with his daughter's campaign. So I asked him, I said, this is a while ago. I said, hey, can I have those yard signs? Because they're kind of expensive. And so I bought some paint. I painted over the old sign, got the stencil, and I'm just going to put them up and hopefully generate some calls and send them to the site.
100%, Mark. Yeah, I mean you are targeting a location specific.
Right.
It's a great idea. Fantastic idea.
I thought you'd think I'd lost my mind. So
Nope.
that's encouraging. Thank you.
You've got it. Great thinking, Mark.
All right.
Nice. Doug is here. How can I help, Doug? Ooh, Gio. Sorry, I see you, Gio. I've already helped Doug today, so let's hop over there first.
Hey, how you guys doing? You guys can hear me?
Loud and clear, Gio.
All right, just making sure it wasn't showing up on mine. So I guess it's more general question, right? I think a couple of us in here are doing the more self-help, personal development, transformation, right?
Yep.
I know within that, the riches is in the niches, right? So being able to hone in, right? And I know that, and again, in this space and also struggling, like watch other people struggle. The message is general, so where it can help everybody, right? How do you find the goal, right? To like kind of just hone in on that one audience and let that expand from there, right? And that's kind of where I'm at with my courses and stuff in terms of like just languaging. Because for all the marketing, right, it has to speak directly to them. That's what's going to make it the most convincing. So kind of struggling with that internal, right? I'm thinking somebody else might be as well.
Right. So the goal meaning like where the customer wants to be.
So more so like honing it from the creator perspective, right? As the course creator, as the expert, how do you like find that sweet spot of that like that audience, right? Like, and I know how, but from your perspective, when you first was getting started, right? How did you like, all right, this is the audience that I want to speak to, this is the one I'm gonna go after, and then like shape that?
Great question, Gio. When I first started this, I was a realtor. So as a realtor, I could have made, so when I first found this, I was a realtor. I started applying funnels and I started generating leads and turning leads into sales, and it was awesome. But I realized I hate real estate, you know? So then I started making a transition. I wanted to transition into being an expert. That's when I came to work for ClickFunnels. So when I first started selling, I started selling right to realtors. It was the customer I knew. It was the language I knew. It was the outcomes that I knew. And I could have just made a webinar for realtors. Attention realtors, learn how to get more leads and close more sales today. I could have done that, but I niched it down. And I thought about, here's a realtor. What types of realtors do we have? Well, we have selling, buying, renting, and relocation. There's 4 main types of realtors that I wanted to target. So then I chose my dream niche. I chose my dream avatar. And I knew that I wanted to go work with selling agents. I wanted to teach selling agents how to market themselves and their properties to increase their value and make more monies. That's how I niched it down. And then I made a presentation for selling agents. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm just struggling, right? So I think there's like the overthinking part of it where it's
Yes.
like, all right, I want to go, I know who I want to help, right? I want to help the people that are completely new to it, right? They have no idea, they don't have resources, right? They're like completely bogged down, probably didn't graduate college, got kids in debt, right? And they feel called to a purpose, right? But they also have been burned. They've tried courses, they've done things, right? They've kind of been in it before. And so they're like, I need something that's going to really help me get to that endpoint, right? And it's similar, but the honing in, that's just I just got to work through it. So
Well, it's okay. Let's work through it together, Gio. What's your thing? What do you teach?
So my transformation, right? I think there's the general kind of just master your mindset, market your passion, manifest your purpose. That's kind of my framework, right? There's if you are able to master your mindset, you can market your passion, take what you love and direct that towards solving a problem for somebody in particular. You manifest your purpose, right? The gifts that you have, the things that you love to do or what you're called here to do, you just got to be intentional about creating that life, right? And that's kind of like the general thing. How I got there was going to college, right? Failing, etc., and then figuring out like, all right, I gotta go another one. So that's kind of like that's the transformation, right? And help people with
So
mindset,
your
activities.
dream customer is the wantrepreneur.
Right.
Cool. So inside of entrepreneurialism, there's many different niches. Like to make life really, really simple, you have e-com and expert. Entrepreneurs either sell physical products or they sell digital products. And we could add a third in there of affiliate marketers. But this is the only track that we go down right here to niche it down. So we have our main niche, and that's the wantrepreneur space. I want to do this thing. It's hard to get off the ground. Inside of that, we have e-com and expert. And I imagine that your customers are experts, yes?
For the most part, right? We can help you with products too. I got some again, right? Generalization, but yeah.
It's very difficult to talk e-com and expert in the same. It's just very difficult unless we have a vehicle. Russell was able to talk about e-com and expert and teach and talk to both people because of the vehicle. And the vehicle is funnels. What is your vehicle? What is your vehicle to help people achieve the outcomes you just shared with me?
The course, right? The framework of that, right? Like the training of teaching you how to master your mindset, right? Showing you some marketing stuff of how to take what you love and kind of refocus it into your ideal audiences, teach you about avatars, all that stuff. And then manifestation is just like the putting systems in place, right? The intentionality of it, et cetera, right? And going through that throughout an entire like program, right? Similar
Yes.
to what I'm participating in.
Yes.
I think the struggle is how do you like, so I don't have the vehicle. I don't have that like ClickFunnels. I don't have that like, right? And that's where you kind of struggle of there is the opportunity to kind of segue people into like, hey, there is another opportunity of like, hey, if you're ready for really investing, et cetera, then you can kind of go over here. We can help you like work on the website, build a funnel, et cetera. But there's people, there's this audience of people that are like way over here that they want to do the stuff, right? And they can start making some progress, but that they're at that like that stuck place, right? To where I was 15 years ago, right? Where it's like you can do some stuff, right? But it's like you gotta mentally know that you can do it first and get to that point of going after it. No, like accept the call to it and then go on that journey, right? And trying to get them from there to there, right? Understanding like that particular audience is who I really want to go at.
Yes, and I think you're just yes. Yes, and you're right. You just need to come up with your vehicle. And your vehicle really is going to be your offer. But like Russell's vehicle is funnels. That's the thing, that funnels are the way. Funnels are the way to get the results that you need, whether an e-com or expert. So for you, your offer, yes, you have a course, but do you have anything to go along with that course yet?
So that's what I've been working on, right? I got a workbook. I have other materials like books and stuff. I community.
Good.
Like I put together. So the offer that I've been working on was doing like some of the Napoleon Hill books, right? Think Grow Rich, etc. Then I have a couple of my own lead magnets that I put together. The accompanying workbook for the course, a journal, build a community. There's like I have a branded T-shirt that I was going to throw in, and kind of the vehicle is getting into a community, basically like I think Scott Hall was the kind of the model that I'm going after. He has like his community as his offer, right? His low ticket offer, probably like 20 something dollars. Have your course as the structure. So as people come in, they go through the course step by step in your community, and then have a higher ticket offer, a personal coaching where if people do, you know, if they're willing to invest and they can't invest like that 997 or 1997 offer, be like, hey, we can work hand in hand with you, build your website, and then that's what we talk about, like more affiliate stuff, getting people signed up ClickFunnels, and we can, again, that's using like my marketing background, et cetera, to help them do that type of stuff.
Yes. 100%. You're really right on track then, Gavin. You have your offer and you have your customer as well. Like we could niche it down even more, but I don't know that you even have to go farther niche down than that. I serve entrepreneurs who want to turn their skills, their knowledge, their failures, their triumphs into training so they can help others. That's the customer right there. And you have your offer as well. So this is the fun part about my job, where it's like everything you've shared with me is exactly what I want to hear. So what is the main, like, what's the big roadblock that you're at right now? Tying it all together?
Tying it all together, right? And then the like convincing myself of that vibe. Because there's that imposter syndrome, right? There is the like you know that there's the all right, like why, what's the difference? Why would you choose this program versus going with a ClickFunnels program that can kind of put you in a similar environment, et cetera. So trying to figure out like, all right, do I want to more so, because there is, and I think for other people here too, there's the older model of events, right? A big part of the get your story out is like motivational speaking, like let me get my message out, right? So there's that, all right, do I want to just have I'll host a masterclass and then kind of funnel people into different opportunities that I can get them in. So I'm getting them started, I'm getting them pumped up, and then am I funneling them into something? Or, and this is again a part of the struggle mentally, right? Is the imposter syndrome, but then also not doing stuff out of chasing money. It's like, all right, well, I need to make some money and I need to do this. And it's like, what's the best way to do it and maximize it to where it feels authentic? And that's why I joined the One Funnel Away channel, right? So I can have this conversation with you.
So I really think you've already hit me with pretty much everything I need to hear. We should have. It's just value ladders. It's just value ladders at this point. Lead magnet, free value to low price point product, $7 to $97. And that's like you just said in the guy you want to funnel hack. He has a community and a course for $27. And that's what you should have as well. And then we have our next step, and that's your webinar. That's your high ticket product, $997 to $5,000, $1,997. That is the price point that has worked forever with webinars. But that's it. Now you have a value ladder. You have your free lead magnets. People download those, and that prompts them to go join your community for $27 a month. They go join the community. They take the training. They grow. They do the things they need to do. And then after 2 weeks after they join the community, then you offer them access to your private masterclass, which is your webinar that sells them into your one-on-one VIP coaching. That's the game, man. And it's like you told me everything here. Everything you've said is exactly what I want to hear. It really just now it's time to start building. Does that all make sense?
No, yeah. I think it just clicked with I get kind of caught up with because you put the webinar at the end. So for me, I'm coming in, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run people to the webinar and then what? Right.
So
And then it's kind of like, yeah.
yes. And you don't have to worry about then what, right? You got people to a webinar and they're going to buy your package. And that's typically a yearly package or a 6-month package. Go ahead.
But I didn't have a package. So that's the
Right.
thing. Like I came up in the presentation space, right? I came from that, like you said, I've done the like cool emails and call for speakers. I'm coming from that space. So I'm used to doing the presentation. There was never a pitch in that at the end though. It was just like most of that was building an authority, et cetera. Like most of those speaking gigs was more so just to kind of carve out space and to get the reps in. Now
Yep.
it's like, all right, after all that practice, it's like, well, what's my offer at the end? Right? Like everybody you gotta have something to send people to the back of the stage with. I knew I had to, like Russell said, you gotta have a book that's not finished yet. Right. So it's like, what's the thing can I put together now? And I'm looking at the offer and just trying to work. And then funnel them into a community. And then my internet cut out.
I got you back. I got you now.
Okay, then yeah. So and then funnel them to a community and then see if we can get them to that master class of that. Okay. I'll try it. I
100%.
like
It's
that.
it's just value ladders, and you can run ads to each step in your value ladder. You have a lead magnet, something free of high value you give to people. You have ads pushing to the lead magnet. So if they come into the lead magnet pushes them to the community pushes them to your webinar where they can get better coaching, faster results with you. So that's the first step. But then your second step, you have your community, you have your course, you have your training, your $27, your low ticket product, and you have more ads running to that. So you convert people in the ad, they go to your mid ticket, they join your community, and then you upsell them into the webinar. And then you also have ads running to your webinar as well. If you have those 3 steps, you're just running ads to each step, and the customers join the value ladder wherever it works best for them. Like your very first ever entrepreneur who hasn't been burned by a course yet, who hasn't done this or that, they'll probably want to start at a lead magnet level because they haven't seen or done any of those things. Your entrepreneurs who have been burned before, they're going to want to go right to a community because they have been burned and they want to get in there and work with you and see exactly how you are and get results before making any decisions. Does all that make sense?
No, yeah, 1,000%. I think you broke it down for me, and then now also just honing it. Like specifically, so what you talking about that segmentation, like having that segmentation pre-planned, and that's the part that where I'm trying to be intentional about. Like as I'm building the funnel, is that initial first, like having that you said the entrepreneur who wants this, having that language and those pain points identified, and then allowing that to kind of craft everything because I might make adjustments, and that's where I'm working through it. Like, who exactly am I trying to serve? Who do I feel qualified to serve? Who I feel called to serve? And really honing in on that. So that's where the hesitation is. Like I'm doing the work. I'm recording the courses and stuff like that. Like I'm on the record module 1. I made it to that far, right? But it's more so, all right, now that we're in that phase, let's get more intentional because I want the language, I want the videos, everything to go directly to them and to know, for them to know exactly. And I'm just trying to work on those specific triggers, et cetera, that I'm gonna use. But this was helpful. Thank you.
1,000,000%. You're exactly on track. That's what I wanted to hear. Now I just need to find the pain points, the hopes, fears, dreams, and desires of my customers at this stage and put that on the funnel. Bingo. That's right.
Thank you.
Awesome. You got it, man. Great stuff. Have a fantastic weekend as well. All right. Any other questions from anybody today?
Hi, sorry. It's
Hey,
me
hey.
again.
Gotcha.
What if the dream customer is quite young? Would I have to think about the purchasing power if I want to sell a high ticket product, or is that just a limiting belief?
No, that's a great strategic question. When you say quite young, what do you mean?
Well, I'm talking like 18 to 25, because I'm quite young myself, so I feel like I can connect better with someone my age that who wants what I have, you know?
Yes,
So,
100%. You should target 18-year-olds. You should. Don't go for like 14-year-olds.
of course.
because that gets into the tough question of who do you sell to? And of course, the book tells us you sell to the one who has the credit card, but that would be the parents. And then we get into such a, I've never seen anybody really nail this perfectly yet, ever. It's like we have a funnel that has a hook for a 14-year-old so that we can get in front of their TikTok or whatever they're on. We have a hook for a 14-year-old and then a story for their parent. And we're like trying to build a funnel that this kid would take to their parents to super tough. Build it for an 18-year-old. That is not a problem at all. There are 18-year-old millionaires every single day inside of 2025. And those kids took chances. Those kids bought programs. Those kids bought training because they're driven to it. There's a lot of 18-year-olds nowadays, Ion, that save up every single dime they get for weddings, birthdays, Christmases, bar mitzvahs. They save those things to go join these programs that are helping other kids their age make money. So you can target 18 to 25 all day long.
Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Great question there. Anybody else with any questions for me? Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, I can give you guys 8 minutes of your time back. How nice is that? That's always fun. 8 minutes is like a lifetime over here. So thank you guys for being with us. Thank you for your intentionality. Great work this week. Everybody stuck to it. Everybody worked right through it, even on a holiday week. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow is July 4th. That's an American holiday. We will not be in office tomorrow. So no coaching calls tomorrow. If you show up and it doesn't start, I hope you remember me in your brain. That is why it's July 4th. So I'll let you guys go for now. We're going to be back at it next Monday, same time, same place, same links, same everything. Really looking forward to getting back with you guys. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. Share it with somebody you care about or who cares about you. Let's refill our cups, and we'll get back after it next week. See you guys.
Happy holiday.